I came across this channel that's doing some crazy numbers with AI-generated prehistoric content. This channel got around 250,000 subscribers with just 33 videos starting on July 9th, not even 2 months ago. They've pulled 71 million views since they started, with long-form videos, some even 2 hours long. Now, obviously, we can't see their actual analytics, only they can see that. But based on what we know about YouTube RPMs for educational content, which can be anywhere from $1 to $8 depending on your audience and niche, this kind of viewership could potentially mean some serious money. If we're being conservative and say $1 RPM, that's still $70,000. If it's higher, like $5 RPM, we're talking $350,000. Obviously, your results will depend on a lot of factors like your audience, advertiser demand, and how good your content is. I'm not saying you'll make these exact numbers, but it shows what's possible. I decided to test this myself to see what kind of results I could get. I'll show you what happened with my experiment later in this video, including the exact steps I took and what you can realistically expect. The analytics tools show even crazier potential numbers, but even with the lowest estimates, this is substantial revenue from videos that you can create pretty efficiently using AI tools. I'm going to break down the entire process, how to come up with ideas, generate the footage, edit the video, and most importantly, how to create the packaging with thumbnails and titles. I've seen other new channels having success in this niche. What they do is create AI visuals of prehistoric people and tell stories about what happened millions of years ago, like prehistoric people eating snake eggs and getting attacked by snakes, or hunting scenes, basically showing what life was like before we became modern humans. They do all this using simple AI tools. The beauty of this niche is that it's educational content that people actually want to watch. Think about it. Everyone's curious about what life was like for our ancestors. How did they survive? What did they eat? How did they hunt? What challenges did they face? This content answers those questions in a visually compelling way. And here's the key. You don't need to be a historian or anthropologist to create this content. You're not making documentaries for National Geographic. You're creating engaging educational content based on widely available information about prehistoric life. Let me show you the exact steps to create a video like this one I made. Looks good, right? Here's how you can do it. First, what we need to do is let ChatGPT know what we want to create. Since ChatGPT can't read videos yet, we need to give it images so it understands what we're going for. What I do is go to one of these videos and take some screenshots. Once I have all the images, I go to ChatGPT and upload these images with this prompt. You can find this prompt in the description. What this prompt does is create the story for us and also write the exact prompts we can use for each clip. This is huge because it saves you hours of work. Instead of trying to come up with individual scene descriptions, ChatGPT handles the entire narrative structure and gives you ready-to-use prompts for video generation. So now we've done two things: created the story we want to build and got the prompts to generate the clips. This systematic approach is what separates successful creators from those who struggle. They have processes that work consistently. You can see we're going to use VO3 to generate our footage. Now, VO3 is Google's video generation AI, and it's incredibly powerful for this type of content. The quality is good enough for YouTube, and it generates 8-second clips that we can string together into longer videos. Let's go to VO3. You need to log in with your email and create a new project. As you can see, I'm already creating videos like this, and I'll share my results in a bit. Let's create a new project, choose text to video, and use VO3 Fast. The fast version is good enough for most content and generates clips quicker than the standard version. Copy the first prompt from ChatGPT, paste it here, and hit enter. In a couple seconds, we'll have the first 8 seconds of our video. I'll repeat this process with all the prompts. This is where the batch approach really pays off. Instead of generating one clip at a time and thinking about what comes next, you have your entire video planned out and you're just executing the plan. Let's check the results. They look amazing. This is exactly what we need. The AI understands the prehistoric setting, the human figures look realistic, and the scenes have the dramatic quality that keeps people watching. With just 10 prompts, We got 80 seconds of footage. You can tell ChatGPT to keep writing more prompts until you're happy with the video length. I suggest making videos 8 minutes or longer for better RPM. Longer videos generate more ad revenue and tend to perform better in the algorithm because they increase session duration. Once we have all the footage, we download it and add it to an editor like Premiere Pro or CapCut. I'm using CapCut since it's free. Before that, let me show you what happened when I tested this approach myself. I'm gonna hide my channel name since I'm not ready to share it publicly yet, at least not until I get it monetized. And if you go watch my videos for just 2 to 3 seconds, you'll mess up my average view duration and kill the channel. So I'll keep you updated and share it soon. I started testing this on July 10th and stayed consistent until August 7th. During that time, the channel got almost 110,000 views, which shows the potential of this content when you stay consistent. When I stopped posting regularly, the views dropped significantly. This really shows how important consistency is for any YouTube strategy. One video got 20,000 views with almost a 10% click-through rate, which is really good for a new channel. These results show this niche has potential for new creators, but your success depends on content quality, consistency, and timing. Everyone's results will be different based on how well they execute and how much effort they put in. What I learned from this experiment is that prehistoric content works because it taps into something universal: curiosity about our origins. People are naturally fascinated by how our ancestors lived, what challenges they faced, and how they survived in a world without modern technology. The algorithm seems to love this content because it keeps people watching. The stories are naturally engaging. There's always some element of danger or survival, and the AI-generated visuals are compelling enough to maintain attention throughout longer videos. But here's what's really important. You can't just create random prehistoric content and expect it to work. You need to understand what makes these videos successful and replicate those elements systematically. Let's get into the editing part. This won't take much time since it's simple editing. No special effects, just putting clips together with some transitions. Open CapCut. Create a new project. Upload all the footage we generated. Put the first clip in the timeline and check the ratio is 16:9 for YouTube long form. Then put all the clips in order to create your story. Once you're done, add transitions. I like this black fade one. Click export in 1080p or 2K and you're done. Just repeat this process for longer videos. Next is creating the thumbnail. This is super important. What I do is I get one of these thumbnails. Then I go to ChatGPT, upload the image, and write, I want to create a similar thumbnail for my next video. Can you write me a prompt so I can generate similar image using Leonardo AI? ChatGPT gives me the prompt for Leonardo AI. Go to Leonardo AI, log in, press image, copy and paste the prompt, change the ratio to 16:9, hit generate. The results are okay, but you can also ask ChatGPT directly. Can you generate a similar image for me, please? Usually looks better than Leonardo AI. These are free options, but what I usually use is Midjourney. As you can see, I have some older generations with this tool, and the results are way better. The quality is more professional, the details are sharper, and the overall aesthetic is more polished. For Midjourney, ask ChatGPT to write a specific Midjourney prompt. The key is being detailed about what you want: prehistoric scenes, dramatic lighting, specific actions. Then you can add the reference image for style guidance. And don't forget to add AR 16:9 for thumbnail format. Results are consistently better with Midjourney, but it does cost $10 per month. The thumbnail is arguably the most important part of this entire process. You can have the best content in the world, but if your thumbnail doesn't make people click, nobody will see it. For prehistoric content, you want dramatic scenes that create immediate curiosity. Think about what would make you stop scrolling and click on a video. Elements that work well for prehistoric thumbnails: dramatic facial expressions, dangerous situations, mysterious objects or creatures, before and after comparisons. Test different thumbnail styles and see what works for your audience. I usually create 3 to 4 options and pick the one that looks most compelling. Sometimes what you think will work doesn't perform as well as something more simple or unexpected. Now, if you're still watching, you're part of the 1% who are taking this seriously. What I've shown you today is the basic approach, but there's a lot more to building a successful YouTube automation business. If you want more hands-on support as you build your channel, the first link in the description may interest you. Otherwise, you've got enough here to get started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.